back to the grind with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters, full-time MMA. And Amanda Nunes is coming out and releasing her first lengthy statement since pulling out of UFC 213 main event versus Valentina Shevchenko. First, she just came out and said, "Sorry guys, sorry to my true fans, I'm trying to reschedule the fight." And that honestly wasn't enough. It didn't explain anything really about what type of injury she had. Dana White came out and made it look worse. He came out and said that she pulled out of the fight. It was 90% mental, 10% physical. One thing about that is, you know, that is his opinion. It's not like that's actually what it was. It's not like there was an actual fucking doctor scale that said, oh, 90% of her issue is mental, 10% is physical. That was just what Dana White said. So, I mean, it didn't come out and make it look bad for Amanda Nunes since she hadn't elaborated yet. Now she's elaborating, man, and say what you want. I know there's some motherfucking savages that don't want to hear nothing about her having a stuffy nose. Someone in the comments said Amanda Nunes had to pull out of the fight with a stuffy nose, which it's a little more serious than that, but that's essentially what it was. Here's Amanda Nunes' statement. "Everyone is wanting to hear my side, so here it is. I have chronic sinusitis. I have fought with it before, but this time it didn't work out. During the weight cut, I was unable to breathe, hence the stuffy nose. I was unable to breathe and felt off balance from the pressure in my sinuses. I was not feeling well enough to risk getting punched in the head with such pressure. I was taken to the hospital after weigh-ins, and they only checked my blood and dehydration, so cleared me based on that." So, if they just ran a quick test, you know, of blood and dehydration, that might not have been enough to really, you know, test what she was in there for, what she was feeling, her sinuses. I mean, I'm not a doctor. You're probably not a doctor either. So, when she's coming out saying all they tested was her, dehydration and her blood, I mean, she's the motherfucking champion, and on top of that, she's never pulled out of a fight, so you have to give her some respect. It's not like she's known for pulling out of fights. It's not like she's missed weight on multiple occasions. It's not like this is what she's known for. No, she's known as being one of the most dominant bantamweight champions in the history of the sport, and a lot of people are not treating it that way. They motherfucking went full savage mode. They're starting to talk all kind of shit, calling her a fucking lesbian, like that has anything to do with her fucking injury. I mean, I'm sure someone's got a good joke about something, but you know that's got nothing to do with her injury. They're calling her fucking, you know, they're fucking murking this chick for pulling out of this fight, and it might be because they're Ronda Rousey fans or Miesha Tate fans, and Amanda Nunes broke both of them. It might be because they're Shevchenko fans, and they were excited for the fight. For whatever reason, there's a lot of motherfucking savages on Amanda Nunes' head, and I'm not here to save Amanda Nunes. I'm just saying she's the champion. Put some motherfucking respect on her name. That's all I'm saying. Now let's finish on what she said. "The next day I went back and they did a CT scan and found a buildup. I was prescribed antibiotics and referred to a specialist. Dana White didn't say anything about the buildup. He didn't about the CT scan finding a buildup. And I don't know how much that means. I don't know if a lot of fighters fight with buildups in their CT scans before fights. I don't know if that's common, but it doesn't sound common. You don't hear about fighters talking about buildup during their CT scan. So she said she was referred to a specialist. She says, "I have never pulled out of a fight before. I am sorry to all of my fans that came out to see me. I'll make it up to you the next time I step in the cage. The fight is being rescheduled. I want this fight. I still want this opponent. Thank you." And what more can she say? It's not like she's pulling out of the fight with injury and they're scheduling an interim title fight. You know, Michael Bisping pulled out of the fight, and instead of Yoel Romero getting the weight for Michael Bisping's little injury, because check this out, Michael Bisping's injury couldn't be that serious. Michael Bisping, he was ready to fight GSP. He wasn't too injured to fight GSP, but when it's time to fight Yoel Romero, he was too injured. So his injury wasn't too bad to fight GSP, but he still pulled. They had an interim title fight. Now he doesn't even have to fight Yoel Romero. So a lot of people are going to say Michael Bisping dodged Yoel Romero with that injury, and it worked. But look, Amanda Nunes is coming out and she's saying, I want the same opponent. The fight's being rescheduled. I want this fight. I want this fucking opponent. So I understand some savages don't want to hear any of this. They're gonna motherfucker call her Amanda Stuffy Nose Nunes, or I see some people calling her the Kitty. She's not a lion. A lot of people ain't fucking with Amanda right now. But like I said, man, that's what I was saying in my last video. I'm telling you, she's gonna release a lengthy statement like Demetrius Johnson, where you feel one way because Dana White said something. Like whenever I compared her to the situation where Dana White came out and he said Demetrius Johnson turned down T.J. Dillashaw straight up for Ray Borg. This was before Demetrius Johnson's lengthy statement. Then, so everyone was like, what the fuck, Demetrius Johnson? You're turning down TJ? What are you thinking? Ray Borg? Who's Ray Borg? Why Ray Borg? Then Demetrius Johnson came out with his lengthy statement and said they're forcing this on me. They're forcing that on me. I don't get pay-per-view points. And it made everyone say, oh, okay, maybe there's something we don't know. And that's all I was saying with this. Dana White came out and said she was cleared to fight and she just didn't feel good. He didn't say anything about CT scans and build-ups. He didn't say anything about sinusitis. And that's all I was saying. Give the fucking champion some respect. And now look, I gave her some fucking respect, man, and people were like, how could you even think about giving her some respect and defending her one bit? I wasn't even defending her. I was just saying, give her some fucking time to respond. We don't know what the fuck happened. We don't know what type of injury it was. And yes, it is a stuffy nose technically, but at the same time, I've had fucking sinus pressure before. That shit don't feel good, but I've never been punched in the face with the shit. But I know it fucks with your equilibrium, man, and you're in there. And like I said, it's not like she had a stuffy nose and she pulled out of her title shot or her interim title shot, you know, like a fight as important as the Khabib fight. No, she's already the champion. She's already came out and won the belt, defended the belt. So she's coming out. It's not like she's running from an opponent. She's still rescheduling the fight with Valentina. She's not dodging Valentina. And like I predicted, I had the UFC 213, I predicted Amanda Nunes to beat Valentina Shevchenko, and I also predicted Robert Whittaker to win. And there was 5 fights on UFC 213. Amanda Nunes pulled off, so there's 4 of them that I predicted. I predicted all 4 of them motherfucking right. I predicted Nunes to win, and I don't think that would have changed. And guess what? I'm predicting Amanda Nunes to win UFC 215 or UFC 216. Whenever they fight Valentina Shevchenko, Amanda Nunes is gonna win the fight. I don't think she's scared of Valentina Shevchenko, honestly, and that's just fucking real. Whenever 125 pound comes out, Valentina might go down and beat the champion or beat the champion super fight with Joanna. All that was gravy. I loved all of that shit. But right now, Amanda Nunes, this is her motherfucking reign. This is the lioness reign. And whether she had a stuffy nose or sinusitis or she wasn't, whatever the fuck happened, man, she's rescheduling the fight. Put some respect on the champion's name. And still, I don't know what else to say, man. Fuck it. It is what it is. Let the haters know what the fuck you tell me in the comments. Dude.